people? This is the For Music's Sake podcast. Again, we are back. I am the hostess with the mostest. McClure. What's up? What's up, everybody? Yeah. Applause.
Yeah.
Myself. And as you can see, I'm just rocking right now. It's a flash because, like I said, I don't have a lot of games. It's the most thing I can do right now. So this is how we rocking with this episode right now. And I'd like to introduce my friend, my pal, my compadre, comrade, amigo.
Ace Boone Coon.
Ace Boone Coon, yes sir. That boy. Go ahead and say your name, my friend.
Yes, sir. Mr. Kyron Walker. Remember we used to salute? Yes, sir. Kyron Walker. Yes, I am out here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. As Young Buck says, I am parked outside of Starbucks and Crumble Cookie. For those of y'all that are, interested in that.
Yeah.
But we here.
Shout out to Crumble Cookie, hopefully give us a sponsorship or something like that.
Something, man. My favorite cookie place. Come on, somebody.
somebody.
Oh.
So, yo, Kyron, my man, my homie. Go ahead and tell us what album we doing today.
All right, we are doing the debut album of Mr. Hove, Hova, H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy, Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, circa 96, ladies and gentlemen. 96. Marcy Project.
Bananas.
Yeah.
We are not from New York, just to let y'all know.
At all. So all you New Yorkers, it's okay. Calm down. It's okay. We know we look crazy.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We got love. There's love here. It's all love.
It's okay.
But yes, man. Yes, people, we are doing the well-renowned, somewhat, we'll find out.
Oh, man.
Jay-Z album. The first debut album of Jay-Z.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna open this up like this though.
Okay.
We don't really care about other people's thoughts, and don't let those things contribute to how we think. I am not a Jay-Z fan.
Yes.
I'm not. I've never really been. He's got hits, but not really a fan of Jay-Z like that. So we're just gonna open up with that though.
But that's fine. We can open up with this. I think this is cool because we have varying levels of interest in this album.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, just for all of those who don't know me, which is everybody, unless you my wife listening to something. So Jay-Z was my favorite rapper for a long time, just a long time. But then now that I've, grown up a little bit, I feel like I've changed my mind a lot on that. And I think I like to liken it to almost, when you believe in Santa Claus, right? Or something like that. You believe in something as a kid and you grow up, you're like, oh, I guess that's not quite what I thought it was. It doesn't take away the good memories of Santa Claus giving you gifts or whatever, but he was never real. So it's this weird. So that's how I feel about Jay-Z now. It's kind of I really have a good history. I like a lot of his old songs and stuff, but some of them are not as up to par as I thought they were. So it's gonna be good getting into this album.
Yeah.
And hearing how we feel about it. My favorite rapper, previously, and your least favorite maybe, or one of these. I don't know. You just wasn't a fan. Just wasn't a fan.
Far.
I just wasn't a fan. Just wasn't on your.
I wasn't a fan. Literally, I'm just not a fan. I got mad respect for him, and we'll
almost indifferent.
Get into it.
Yeah, maybe almost indifferent. You're not really checking for him like that.
It's one of those things. I'm not really checking for him like that. I'm bro, there's a crazy amount of worse rappers that you can go with or whatever.
That's oh man.
And Jay-Z's not in there. I can't say that. I'll never probably say that because like I said, he's got hits, and some of those hits I was rocking with. I'm like, okay, this is dope. This track is dope. But as far as being like a follower, like knowing his stuff line for line. Like honestly, I didn't really feel Jay-Z until, Big Pimpin' came out. Because I know who UK was, we're from San Antonio.
Yes, sir.
Or Texas and
no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Every time, Mr. Eagle side. Eagle, I said Eagle. Eagle side.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, but we'll just say Texas in general, But yeah, like I really didn't start really messing with him until he put them on the track, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. He's got some variety there. And then I like Timbaland. He worked with Timbaland a lot, so I did hear a lot of stuff from him and Timbaland, because I was a big Timbaland fan. But yeah, bro. Yeah, so just letting y'all know right now, this is a non-biased review. I guess you'll find out sooner or later, because I'm honestly can say I was very surprised with this album. Very surprised.
I'm so excited to hear why. I'm so excited to hear why. Okay.
So you're gonna learn a little bit about me through this thing, and you're gonna learn. I'm pretty sure Kyron's got something that. This is gonna be an interesting conversation.
We will see where it goes, man.
Dude, you in this red cup is killing me right now.
Hey, man. Don't worry about it.
All right, so I guess we'll get started with the opening track. Okay. Can't Knock the Hustle. So, like, this is 90s, 96, I believe this album was out. And
that's right.
When it started out, of course, interludes were super big back then. And he's basically opening up with like this Scarface-like interludes on a lot of his tracks. I can't even remember what all the interludes stand for, but it's throughout the thing. And I can appreciate that. One of the things I noticed, before I mentioned the first track, one of the things I noticed about this, if you mix a gangster sound with a pimp-like sound, it equals hustler. And this is where hustle music, to me, came from. And this album kind of embodies that. I'm like, this is a hustler type of thing. You can go gangster, you can go pimp-like with it, and it just crosses over to a hustle. I don't know if anybody thinks like that. That's what I thought about it when I heard the entire album. So I'm like, okay, I get the vibe of a hustler thing. And this particular song in general, Can't Knock the Hustle, track one, it hits the nail on the head as far as like an inspirational hustle song. Like, I was like, yo, just when the beat drops in, I'm like, okay, all right, I can definitely dig it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. One of the things I noticed, and I watch battle rap every now and then, and I'm looking at my notes right here now because I had to take notes. When he uses the word Don DeMarco, that little sample that he says, Don DeMarco, I did not know that that's where that came from when I hear battle rap music. Like, and they say like a hot punchline, like on URL or something like that, and they'd be like, Don DeMarco, Marco, and be like, and I'm like, I hate it so much. I'm like, that is like, don't do that after every punchline almost, but I'm like, okay, I know where it came from. So I have a little bit more respect of what it is. It may have came from this, it may have came from something else, but when I heard it, that was the first thing I thought about. And I was like, okay, that's hilarious. Nice. That's hilarious. I got a lot more to say about this thing, but I want to hear what you got to say real quick.
Man, you don't want to show all your cards, man. Okay.
No, not yet.
Okay, so with this song, I was fairly surprised because, like, I know this song. It's not one of the ones like I just listened to, but I know it because it was a hit. I think it was single, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already be the bad guy. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I was not surprised by Mary J. And I know it's hard for me to say this because she just had an incredible Super Bowl performance, which I did like. I actually did like a lot. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I even wrote it down. I wrote it down so I remember.
He said, "Here's the thing. Oh, this is
So,
about to be good."
So struggle vocals. Okay.
Thank you. That's exact. I wrote the exact same thing down, bro. I wrote the exact same.
So,
this is why we right here.
So
People, we have
okay.
not talked about this at all, and we literally
I'm
wrote the same thing down in the exact same wording.
I'm trying to. Okay, I want to already say off top, I do. So Mary J, maybe like Sai, I'm not the biggest fan of Mary J, but I respect her.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying like you with Jay-Z, I do respect her, I think.
Yeah.
And but so I'll just say off top, one of my favorite, probably my favorite Mary J song is Not Gonna Cry. Love that song.
Okay.
Love it.
Okay.
From the what was it? Waiting to Exhale.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds. I love that song. Like how she sounds, like I like what she's talking about. I like the way she sings. Like it's nothing wrong with that song. I like it. But this one, I don't know, man. And I think there's a double meaning to the struggle vocals. Because on one hand, people love Mary J because she sounds like she's in pain and she can kind of what's the word? Like I feels like she's almost empathizing with you and she don't even know you, but she's singing like similar to like maybe Lauryn Hill. Like you play her music, you know, some of her songs, you're like, man, I really feel like crying right now. Yeah. Like, you know, she's very emotional, can tap into that emotion. And so you believe her when she says she's hurt or has been done wrong or whatever. You believe this. You believe that it's like you can't knock the hustle or whatever. You believe what she's saying. So I get why people like that. But to me, it doesn't make up for the other side of the struggle word, meaning like sometimes her vocals are not on point and she just sounds, I don't want to, I'll let you be the bad guy. I don't want to go too far there.
Okay, now we're both, I mean, this whole album, like Jay-Z loves playing the villain and stuff, man. So like, we just gonna go villain right now. So like I said, mad respect for Mary. And I gotta realize this is 1996 Mary too. You know,
absolutely.
Still younger and, you know,
absolutely
catching herself and stuff like that. And this is, you know, people starting up an album, you know, back then, you know, us as people not always having the budgets or not really knowing what to do all the time. So mixing and getting stuff on point is not always a big thing. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. I wanted to also say that this is not Mary's fault, you know, maybe like a little bit, because I'm saying this was no. The singing, sure, yes. But I'm saying as far as even let's not think that she was like, oh, I want to do this single. Dame Dash asked her to do it as a favor.
Yes.
So I'm not even sure if she got paid to do this necessarily. I don't know, but like it was a favor.
Okay.
I'm just saying she wasn't checking for this song, like trying to hop on it, right? Mm-hmm. I just want context. You know, I don't think she wasn't like, yeah, let me hop on that song because I'm fired. Like, you know what I mean? It was more of a favor. So anyway, go ahead. I'm just trying to give her.
Like, I'm just trying to give her any something. Research as far as like background history on like, who talked to, other than stuff I know off the top. But like I didn't know Dame Dash asked her that. Like I just thought she was like popping at the time. You know, it's Mary. It's Mary. Like
it is. Yeah, it's Mary, like, and it's
Mary J on the song. Like you winning.
Yeah, like, in mid '90s, Mary. Like you trying to get her on the song.
You golden as soon as you get on the song. Like there's no doubt that you're gonna get a hit.
Absolutely.
But man,
go ahead.
So the thing, I feel Mary in the track. Like you said, we can connect with Mary. That's her strongest point, even back then. But professionally, I'm like, all right, Mary. Like even some of her ad-lib stuff, like
it was all flat. Right.
It was
all
like
right,
flat,
Mary.
Bro. like it was just like, like I can hear it, and I'm like, but this song got heart though. This song got heart though. It was like, I respect you, Mary, but that was the equivalent though.
It's the equivalent of like that church person that gets up, whether young or old, to sing a solo, and you kind of snickering to yourself, like, man, why they up here about to sing? Okay, go ahead, baby. All right, like, and they just struggling through the whole thing, like. That's okay. Like man, that's how it feels. That's how her performance feels.
From my homie Randall, goes to my church. Like sister is an incredible sister. She's funny. She did this thing recently. Like you messed up when people were like, you got this, baby.
Yeah. when you start to get encouragement, like
yeah, when you get that encouragement like that, and she's like a master at doing it. We were having a game night one night, and she was just like, we were struggling playing like a taboo game or something like that. Some of the people was like, "You got this," you know. And I'm like, you. But bad props. She's mastered that. But like, it made me, like, it's so funny because we had this game night last week, and though her words were ringing this when I heard Mary, and I'm like, it's okay, baby. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So we'll say, just to make this even more clear, put a finer point on it.
Okay.
Not her greatest vocal performance. Not up to par. Not even, like you were saying, professionally, like, I'm not sure why they let that out and maybe that was what she gave. Like, maybe that's all she could get, and they wanted to keep her on the song. So like, well, I mean, we got Mary J. So hey, like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the conversation.
Yeah. Well, we can make up a conversation, You just told me Dame Dash was like, this is the favor. She's like, man, I don't want to help this dude. Like, but I guess. I'm hustling for you. And that's it. That's all you got from me, Dame. That's all you get, Dame. And Jay-Z and my like, man, we just spent 10,000, man. We still got other features. Man, we got Biggie coming up soon, so he costs to get 20,000. We can't afford to get married back. So, and then Dame is just like, he probably cussing up a storm and just like, all right, it's The Rock. We'll make it happen. All made up, folks. I don't even know if this is true. All right. Is that the best you can do, Mary? All right. 1,000 years. Just do what you can with it. This is all she gave us. Like, and we gotta make it a hit. It's gotta be the first song. We gotta make a video for it because it's Mary. Nah. We already starting off wrong. But,
man, the way I didn't know we were gonna spend so much time on this song.
Me neither. I literally didn't.
But the way you enacted that, like as if Dame, they were already in the studio and Dame asked her, and she
just turned to him like, "Oh, you gonna bring that up now? Okay."
And then like the mic is just right there. She just
like I'm hoarse right now, Dame. I can't do this.
I can't do it.
Oh God.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
We could go in so much about that. But one of the things I did enjoy about when Mary was kind of coming in with different like background stuff, she did that la da 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 da.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was cool. My favorite Mary song, which is My Life, is what she did.
Yeah.
And like that's that rendition of Roy Ayers' Everybody Loves the Sunshine. And when she did that, I was just like, all right, Mary, that's my favorite song by you. Like, that's where I kind of heard your vocals from before, the Method Mans and stuff like that. Like I heard that and I was like, I love Roy Ayers. I love this rendition. Like I can listen to so many different renditions of Everybody Loves the Sunshine. It is so dope. And if you have the time, go check out Roy Ayers. Pull that off on an xylophone. It's dope. I played the xylophone, the little kid stuff that we used to mess with back in music class. Like, but he kills it.
It's one of those songs. I mean, this ain't the Roy Ayers, episode, but it's a must listen, and you will like it.
Because the beat is dope. But like I said, it's like a definition of hustler music, man. And honestly, I can see a Notorious B.I.G vibe on it. Like I can see Notorious rapping on this song, and Jay-Z. Not only growing up in the same era as him, like he pulled from him, man. So I was like,
for sure.
I was like, okay.
And it's a solid intro. Remind me to talk about that because that's one of the themes I have written down for me. Just talking about, I guess, pulling from others. Because that's to me that's a heavy theme, or it's like it's at least like an undercurrent, like it's in there somewhere. Yeah, that kind of theme. So we'll talk about it. But
for sure,
one line at least about Jay-Z. So we were talking about Mary, but If you have any lyrics to share, this is the time, probably. But I just know I remember listening to it and thinking like the way he was gliding over the beat is pretty cool.
Oh,
which is like probably why you're not one of the reasons. I mean, why you think Biggie would fit, because Biggie does similar things. Like he kind of just is smooth over a beat. And I feel like that's what Jay was doing.
Oh yeah,
just real smooth gliding, like just I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Even the beat itself, though, I really have nothing lyrically for this one in particular. But just the vibe of the beat, like it feels like P. Diddy would have took like this sample too for Biggie to use.
That makes perfect sense.
Like that's what I kind of meant by this one. This one, like other than him like gliding over the beat, like you said, and stuff like that, like just the vibe of it kind of just gives you that, you know, we're about to get into some hustler stuff or whatever like that. Like it, like if you see the front of Jay-Z's album, you know, when he has the hat on, kind of leaning down, it's not this hat, but it's more so one of those like I guess you call it fedora type thing. I don't know what you would call that hat.
Yeah.
Like it looks like somebody, because the suit he's wearing and stuff like that, it just gives you like straight up hustler vibes in general. So
absolutely, dude.
Like that is what I'm referring to when I say that.
Got you.
Yeah, that's all I got for this one, man. But it was a solid track. Like overall, it was a solid track to me.
Well, good, man. This next one that's coming up, I can start on that.
Okay.
And you can, you know, just because I like. So for me, I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna go ahead. We good? We good to go on?
Hey, bro, we moving on, bro. Let's do it.
Okay, so this track,
as usual.
So this track here is, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, it's like for me, probably it's in the top 3 of like the best times that, like the best, I guess. Let's see, not necessarily best verse per se, but just Jay-Z sounding the best, like sounding like him and sounding at his best, like flexing. Yeah. So top 3 times ever, like one of the best he's ever, like just ever sounded. One of the best moments, and then one of the best beats that he's ever been on. So those are 2 separate things. I just like how he sounds and his charisma, and then also the beat. So if I could break down a little bit about the beat, if I can nerd out for just a second.
Oh, go for it. Go for it, my friend. That was literally the first thing I wrote down on this thing. It said dope sample beat is what I wrote.
Yeah. So
like that was what I got too.
I'm not gonna get into the sample, like who did it and all that, but just the man, the way that Jay-Z and the sample arts, they're just locked together. And I just, for me, one of my favorite things he says, what is that? Hold on. Sorry, I gotta think about it.
It's all right. I'm already thinking about the first look. You can catch me skating through your town, putting it down. Like, I just like the way he came in on that.
Oh yeah,
that's all I remember.
Y'all feel the ninja struggle? Y'all know. So he says this. Y'all know what ninja struggle? I just had it. Y'all know what struggle?
Y'all think
I just had
ninja love to?
Yeah. You know what ninja love to?
No, let me just pull up the lyrics with you.
So even that, when he says, he, instead of saying love to, he says like love to.
Yes.
And just the way he love to hustle behind the wheel, trying to escape my trouble. Like, but with the, because he goes, okay, trying to get it. Sorry.
No, you're okay. Too much happening. I just pulled up the lyrics to myself. I was like, okay, let me.
So when he goes, what's the first line of that right there?
Okay, so he says, skating through your town, putting it down. You talking about the first verse, right?
After that, the line we're on right now, like the first verse, but like it's like a line down.
Y'all after ninja that. Struggle, y'all.
That
y'all think a ninja love to.
Yeah, so is y'all know a ninja struggle? That's what he said. So, and for those of y'all, we saying ninja because there's an N word there. Okay, people, we know the lyrics.
Yeah, we clean here.
Don't do that now. Don't do
that. We clean here.
Yeah, we know the lyrics. So. When he goes, y'all know what, like the sample, like the vocal sample with him doing that rhythm is crazy.
Yes,
it's like my favorite. It just sounds so cool. Like, man, I can't even. It just sounds so great. It's the best that he sounds. I'm telling you, it just sounds so great, so sweet.
Okay, can I say something real quick? I was kind of saying for the overall analysis, but I just got to say it now.
Okay.
Jay-Z has a niche, an ear to find the most perfect beat,
dude,
to make you not just be engaged in the beat, but make you want to rap on it yourself.
Dude.
Like,
hey man, thank you for saying that. I totally agree with that.
Oh,
because I was gonna
say it towards the end of it.
I was gonna wait. Yeah, I was gonna wait to the end too.
I'm not a fan of Jay-Z. Just to let y'all know.
Yeah, right.
I don't,
right.
This
is not biased in any way. but you gotta admit, you gotta admit
it to him, bro.
Yeah,
I gotta give it to him, man. And just a little bit about me.
Okay.
I actually rap to this beat. When I was hearing this thing again, I was like, wait a minute. One of the times I used to freestyle with my homeboy Steve at a university in Houston, and we would jump on tracks like this in particular. Like, this is back when the Napsters and the Audio Galaxies and LimeWires was popping, and you could just go and find instrumentals and and stuff like that. And I was, being producer minded at the time. I'm like, I don't care about lyrics. Where the beat
at? right. Where to put the beat on?
Where the beat at? And then just come up there and just start spitting. And this is one of the ones we did something to. And I used to freestyle back then. It wasn't the greatest, but it's like, hey, it puts you in the mood to. And I'm like, it was just bringing me back there. And I was like picturing me and Steve in the dorm on my cheap microphone recording and stuff. So that's all I gotta say with that. Continue.
Okay. I love that you said that, because that's gonna come up later. Hopefully, I got some stuff to say to that. But like, I love the way that you put that. So one of the things about the beat, so like I said, the way he's rapping with the beat is like incredible. He's a master of that to me.
Yes.
Then, so to get on my musical nerdiness, I love how it has hits in the sample, like hits meaning like, a short punch kind of thing.
Okay.
So there's this thing called anticipation. It's what makes jazz a lot of the time. So it just means that you anticipate the beat. So meaning you come before the one, right? Yes. So if the one is here, if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, you know what I'm saying? And one is where my chin hit. You know what I'm saying? If you just count like this. See, I did the before the one.
Exactly.
And that's what gives you, it makes you just feel a certain way. Yeah. And so when this beat goes, da 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 bum bum bum, like it's not it hits you in a certain kind of way to where it's like, whoa, what? Like, and I always imagine, like, I don't know, man. For years I've tried to like figure out an analogy for it, but it feels like I don't know. It's like maybe you driving, I guess, and then you hit a road bump. It feels like that. It's something threw you off for a hot second.
Yes.
But it's like you like it. You know what I'm saying? Because you like this, you like, okay, bump, we like, whoa, where'd that come from? But then you still right here though. Like, it don't change nothing. And then sometimes they do it on the one, and I was like, see, that's why y'all producing. Like, y'all doing that, like, just a subtle thing. Because sometimes it goes bump, 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 like right on it. Then the other times, bump, 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 bump. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's one of my favorite beats ever. Period.
It's one of the most perfect things to like, because I think it's like a guitar thing in the background where it goes.
Yeah.
And it's like the perfect riding music. Like, it's just like I said, that Pimp hustle and feel. It's like I just leaning back, like I could just chill in this. So I'll tell you a little bit about how at least this is for me when I analyze these albums and stuff like that we're doing.
Yeah, man.
The first thing I do is I do a casual listen. So I'm listening to it randomly whenever I get the time, space to. A lot of times it's in the car too. And this is how I do when I mix my music and all that stuff too as well. So when I heard it in the car, I'm just sitting here like I'm literally driving with one hand and I'm chilling. I don't even realize it. And I'm like,
that's the way to,
okay. I'm like, this is the type of vibe I'm getting from it. And then after that, like I'll literally put on the headphones and I'll go through the album again and then take these notes like we do. And like, okay, what was this? What do I like about this beat? Where did I catch this lyric? Oh, I missed this lyric. And one of the things about this, it sets the mood and the tone. And it's a good follow-up too. Like the transition from that to that, like it didn't really change. And it's just him on it. And this is something I wish we could bring back in our hip hop music at least, is letting the beat ride, man.
Man.
When I saw a song over 4 minutes on this thing, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I forgot about this. We don't do this no more. Like, and when you appreciate that beat like that, it just makes you appreciate the song in general. I'm like, Jay-Z says a lot of fly stuff on there, but letting the beat breathe for a minute, man, just gives you a chance to just engage in another way. Like, to me.
So okay, on that note, it's really hard not to sum up this album or give it, a big, wrap it up in a bow. Yeah. But you saying stuff that making me think about it. So I'll go ahead and say something.
Go ahead.
So to me, especially because we came from Illmatic, and we can, two different albums, like, it's fine. Like, they don't have to be the same, or one doesn't have to be better than the other necessarily. Exactly. But I feel like this album is more musical. Like, it's closer to R&B. It's almost like what you were saying earlier. You were saying, did you say Pimp, or what? I forgot what you said.
Gangsta and Pimp, like music, the sound of it, like the different elements you find in those genres of what you hear mixed together to make Hustler is what it sounds like.
And to me, like that, it's almost when we only on the second song, we got to move on, but
yeah,
it's just musical. Like, I was listening to the songs and I'm like, dude, this is still catchy. Like, this is still music. Like, this beat is still fire. Like, even if I don't care, like, some of what Jay-Z is saying is dated. Definitely dated now. Like, mad dated. But I'm like, I still want to rap to it. Like you said earlier, like, I still want to say what he's saying, though. And then the beat is grabbing me and I'm like, I'm dancing and what is happening?
Yeah.
So
and like in this song too, it don't even really have a chorus like that. It's like Jay-Z talking to you, like, politics as usual.
Wow.
And it's like, dude, like the way he raps on this thing is literally like, am I sitting like next to you, like in your car, or
even your body language though. You just sat back, like, that's how you. It's not a song. He's not rapping in your face like that. It's like, like you said, politics as usual.
Yeah, like, it's like we're talking right now. Like, I'm like, when we chill and talking, we just shooting or whatever like that. We just like, okay, hey man, how you feel about this? It's like we're literally having a discussion, and I think that was one of his goals with this album right now. But I'm feeling it right now.
Well, man, we got to move on. Go ahead and move on to the next song. I got a million things to say. Go ahead.
There's so much. Yeah, I already said what I needed to say about it. I only had my 3 points on it, but then it just jumped into reminiscing about stuff.
It's my favorite song on the album. I'll just go ahead and say that.
Oh, okay.
My favorite song.
It's not my favorite song, but it's good.
It's good. Yeah.
Like, I got 3 favorite songs on this thing, and I'm still trying to decide which one I like better.
Okay. But that's good to know. That's good to know.
We'll get to those things. Well, I say favorite, like top tracks, I guess you could say. All right. Yeah. So next one here. This is needless to say. This is Brooklyn's Finest, featuring the late great Notorious B.I.G.
Okay. Would love to hear your thoughts.
Can I start on this one, bro?
I want to hear your thoughts. I don't have a lot of thoughts.
All right, bro. All right, so me, sound engineer ears. I'll start off the bat. It's not mixed that well.
Dude. Hey, this is why you my guy. I got that written in my notes. It's written in my notes.
It's not mixed that well. And I'll let y'all know too, I'm not a Biggie fan like that. I know who Biggie is. I've heard his songs. Got some songs that are hot. But I don't really follow him like that either. And trust, I've heard his albums. I have heard his albums. Man, he's dope though. He can freestyle, and this is what I really felt like it was. It could have been written, but it didn't feel like that. It felt like they was like, "Hey, put 2 of the best right now in Brooklyn. I mean, Brooklyn's finest."
Yeah, literally.
And this kind of showed this element, like, yo, this is the talent level of Jay-Z to go and do this. And honestly, and like I said, I'm not trying to be biased, but I'm a sucker for dual play when it comes to
me too.
Comes to rapping, bro. Like, anytime, like, even if it's not nothing like crazy, the illest punchlines or anything like that, because I can hear like 50 Cent in the Game when they used to do that back and forth rapping thing, and they weren't really saying too much fancy, but like, say for instance, like right now, if we started rapping this, like, hey, you You take Biggie's part, I'll take Jay-Z's part.
Yeah.
Like that's what I feel like. It's like this is not just hearing two greats go back and forth like that, but it puts back into an element of like, yo, I love hearing the duality of people in that way, and them engaging with each other and playing off of each other. It just creates this this atmosphere where it's like, okay, we're together in this, and it's dope. That's simply what I have to put it. You got to go listen to it for yourself. Not mixed well, but you got the best, the best of the best going back and forth, like true hip hop stuff.
If I could add to that what you said, I think the difference, like you just made me think about. I was thinking about like, so there's this anticipation that builds, at least for me, when I know there's like 2 to 3 people on the record, and I'm like, boy, I can't wait till that second, third verse, whatever.
Bro.
But that's a different thing than like saying like where you have the interplay, like you were saying, like I'm rapping and then like you kind of break in. It's almost like a tag team kind of thing. Different. Like those are 2 different things, great things, both of them. Like waiting for the second verse, waiting for the third. You know, you got the verse, then the chorus, then the verse. You know what I'm talking about? Like where y'all not rapping at the same, like in the same like time or whatever verse.
Yeah,
it's like so. Yeah, you made me think of like one is a conversation more so, and the other is almost like, you know how you have those speakers at a conference or whatever. Like they speak, and then the next person they get introduced, and then they speak, you know, but they're not all together at one time. You know, like it's not 2 people having a conversation. And when 2 people have a conversation, dude, it's usually more interesting. So it's just, yeah, I love it, dude. I love this song's a good song. And so for me, it took me back the way Jay-Z was rapping, because he was trying to flex, I think. Because like, you know, Brooklyn's finest, you can't, you know, you gotta come correct.
Exactly.
It reminded me of him and Big L. So if y'all don't know, go back. If y'all haven't heard any Big L freestyles, you have to do that. I feel like that's a must listen as well.
Exactly, man.
Me and my little brother have a lot of inside jokes with Big L because we used to listen. I used to make him listen to it, and so now we just kind of randomly start talking to each other and be like, as soon as I grab it, I eat it up like a savage. Like we just say that all the time just because it's funny. But that's the way Big L and Jay-Z were rapping at the time.
Yeah, man. Like and that stuff, man. Just like even saying that, like it reminded me when I used to rap with my little brother too, and we would do we call it a round robin. I know we call it a cipher, is what it's supposed to be or whatever. But we was like, man, let's round robin it. Let's go, man. And let's just everybody just go in a group and just do this stuff. It just brought me back so much. But we would say like a few lines and you just play off of each other. Like,
it's so great because he's like you said, it's not about how fly it is. You know, it's just about the conversation, man.
Yes.
It's just that's all it is. So,
man,
go ahead.
That was one of the things, man. And I think I'm trying to look at the rest of my notes real quick.
Yeah.
No, that's literally all I felt about this one.
Yeah.
That's literally all I felt about this one. I mean, other than that little thing that get it 2 Pox from Biggie, I was like, all right, you're trying to start something.
That's so Jay-Z.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, I was like almost forgetting about the East Coast West Coast beef, you know, at these times. So I'm like, all right. But we ain't gonna go there.
Yeah.
That still hurts a lot of people. But yeah, that's literally all I gotta say about this one, man.
That's fine with me. I don't have a lot. So
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, not on this one at least. All right, so next one we have is gonna be track 4. It is Dead President.
Okay.
All right, I did the last one. You want me to start it again, or you want to take the lead on this?
Let me listen real quick and remind myself.
Remind yourself. Okay, as he's re-listening to that, so one of the things that I took from this one, another beat, fire. The beat is fire, right? And like when I heard it, I was like, "Yo, that's Nas' stuff on there." And I'm like, oh, okay, this is before the Jay-Z Nas beef. Okay, and of course it was. Like, they didn't really, I don't think that really started happening until like 98, 99, or somewhere between the 2000s, whatever like that.
Yeah.
I'll go back in my recollection and remember later. But I was like, one thing, okay, so Jay-Z, and I'll say this on this album because we'll probably hear this again, so we probably won't spend too much time talking about it, but I'll talk about it now on this one.
Okay.
On this track, being able to use Nas's verse like that Jay-Z had, and we've heard it, I think it's like on maybe 3 or 4 songs with this, where he actually um he he can take something that's more recent, because Nas, we just got through doing Nas,
Yeah.
like 94, I think 95, something
Yeah.
like that time. So before this album, but it was something so recent, and he used that sample in the song, and it's like, it still sounds like it was something like from way back, still too,
Yes.
it's like he legitimized a classic pretty much when you put a
Yes.
sample in that stuff, and like later on you'll hear like Snoop Dogg in it, even Fat Joe's in a sample.
Oh, okay. You may have
I'll
to
tell you
point
which
that
one
out.
that is
You
later,
may have
because
to point
we
that
have our
out.
thing with Fat Joe.
Oh, snap. He shows up
But
everywhere.
it's like, and like I said, I haven't done no research on it. It couldn't be him, but it sounds like him to me. And maybe you can confirm with me, because Fat Joe's vocals better than I do, probably.
That's
But I was
crazy.
like, yo, that sounds like Fat Joe on this sample.
That's
But it's like
crazy, dude.
these recent people, like he used these people's samples from other stuff that's like recent and made it sound like it was something that was classic. Like they took this sample or something like that, or this vocal sample from like the 80s or something like that. And it's like, yo,
Yeah.
it's like almost showing your peers mad respect by throwing them on there, even though it almost feels like they're actually a feature on the song, but they're not. And
that's a good point.
That.
That's a real good point, because Snoop, even at that time, was like popping. Like you talking about, what is that, like 93 to 96, around that time?
Yeah,
like it's totally different. It's a totally different Snoop Dogg that people don't even know. Like, like younger kids today, they know him for certain things.
Unless you saw the Super Bowl, you'll know. But
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's crazy. I totally agree with that. I don't even have nothing to really add. Oh yeah, that beat though, like you were saying, I forgot about that.
The beat, I said beat is fire. I don't know, but go ahead, go in the instrumentation if you want.
Okay. I get caught up with beats that last longer than 4-bar loops. It just feels good to me. I'm like, man, okay, y'all trying out here. So the melody on there, the doom ding doom. Doom 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 ding doom 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 doo doo. Like that whole thing, I can listen to that all day. It's so soothing, but then it gives you like these feelings of nostalgia. Like,
yes,
it's kind of dreamy. Like it's just, but I'm thinking all of this is in the context of hustler music, like you said. You know what I mean? It doesn't really go. It doesn't really go comparatively to like Nas's. Again, I'm just use Nas because it's easy. Nas was like straight gangster music. Like, this is New York and crime, and I'm gonna show you all the stuff.
Yes.
Jay-Z was like, yeah, but we gonna bop too. Like we gonna, it's like,
it's gonna be sentimental. It's almost like, it feels like a training day with Jay-Z. Like we're riding in the car with them, and I'm like, I've never been to Bed-Stuy, I've never been to Brooklyn.
Yeah,
tell me all about this, and I can just see him, with his hat. I was like, over here, this is where Johnny got shot, and Tata, and all these other people. I don't know who Tata is, so I'm not trying to be disrespectful, because I know he mentions that. But like, it feels like that, and I'm like, it's like another conversation again. And like the thing I got to give Jay-Z when it came to these first 4 tracks right now, it's like I'm getting to know you. Like,
man.
Every song has been, well, except the one with Biggie. That's just him. Like, you can see the talent. Like, whoa, what kind of talent you got? But like the first 2 songs, and then scratching, the Biggie one, and then this one, it's like, yo, I'm getting to really know this cat, bro.
Man.
One of the things that it was so, I don't know if you would call it subtle, but like you just mentioned something important. You said dream, and like it feels like a dream thing or whatever, and that added, because like in the ad libs he had, it was like this constant echo effect, and it helped fill up the song to me. Just having that little element to the song with that, and I had to give it props, because it changed up his vocals differently with that. Like his vocals, even though Jay-Z raps kind of the same tone a lot of times, doing that little effect with it changed up a possible monotony that you would get, that you can hear from rappers, where you hear them in a certain tone all the time. And I was like, yo, props with that.
Man, good point. I'm not sure I caught that. I may have to listen to that later.
Yeah.
All right, man.
But yeah.
What's the next joint?
Next track. Okay. All right.
Why are you making that face?
Because Okay, I just got through saying, get to know him, right? When I hear this Feeling It track is what it's called. Feeling it. Feeling it. I forgot the chorus, but I love the way they say
Oh,
it.
it's so great.
When
It's
you
so
have and you're living around, make it feel it, but your head in the sky.
keep it real in most. I know you're feeling it.
Yes. Okay.
Woo!
So the chorus.
I already know where you're going.
Me.
I already know where you're going though. Go ahead.
You think you do? I don't know if you do on this
one. Okay, maybe not.
But okay, but I'll say this. I'll say what I like about it right now.
I was thinking Tribe. But go ahead. Tribe. That's all.
Tribe? No. Actually, no. It's another group. It was another group I was thinking about. I knew you were about to go there, but no.
Yeah.
Not this time. So, okay, I'll start out with the chorus. Like, it already set me off to begin with. I know you hate when people play keys randomly. I know it's not played like
no, I like it. No, I was jamming this time.
And it's like the way I don't even know the girl's name. I have to go look her up or whatever that. But it's just like, because I feel like I heard this girl's voice before. I don't know who she is, but I want to say, and this is the group I was referring to, Camp Low.
Yeah, okay.
So everybody know Camp Low is. Like, it sounds like I've heard her like doing something with them before. And now that I think about it, it's like, I think the guy that produced this one was Scott Beats. I think he used to mess with Camp Low like that. I'm not too much on the history when it comes to what's on this, but I think it's Scott Beats. And when I heard Camp Low type sound, I was like, this don't sound like Jay-Z, bro. Like, on his flow, like, I really feel that this was supposed to belong to somebody else. But not knocking it or whatever like that. I think he still killed it. Like, whatever it was, like, it still killed it. It was a different side of him. I just don't feel that it actually was him. Like, how Jay-Z would normally flow and stuff. Like, when you hear the rest of the tracks, it's like, that's like one of the few songs where it's like doing a certain cadence, and the cadence is dope.
Like, the cadence is
I don't even want to go in lyrically on what it's about or whatever like that, or how he does some stuff, because, like, yeah, man, like, the cadence is just dope. It's one of those songs where it's just like, you got a feeling, man. It almost sounds like a celebration type song to me.
Absolutely.
Like a chill celebration, and knowing Jay-Z and stuff like that, like, one of the things, and I have to say, like, I don't know where his stance is with religion and stuff like that, but I'll take one of the principles. Like, one of the things I can tell, he's like a very loyal person. I can tell he wants to see everybody eat, whoever he's working with. And one of the things that we don't do when it comes to stuff like this, sometimes, like, when you get successful and stuff, sometimes you forget to celebrate moments with everybody. And I feel like this is the type of song that you can do. Like you're chilling with your homies and you're celebrating some of the accomplishments that you have. And I had to give this song that. Like, it had that. And then this is also another song that me and my homies rapped to before. Like, as far as the beats, I was like, oh yeah, this one's fire. It's one of my top ones, and I almost forgot about it until I heard it again. I was like, oh, what? I forgot we rapped to this beat. And there's a guy I used to work with. His name was Christian Williams. Decipher was his rap name, and from down here in San Antonio, man. He had done like a mixtape album, and he did this beat and just absolutely killed it. So shouts out to him if you ever see this, man. Like, when I heard this song, I heard you rapping on it as well, and it was dope. I'll let you hear it one day, Kyron. I got his whole mixtape still, and I'll still bang it now.
Yeah, but I definitely want to hear that.
That's all I got to say about this.
No, you know what? I messed up there. I was thinking Tribe on the Can I Kick It one. That's the one I was talking about.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Thank you.
We'll get there.
Yeah. I don't have much to say. I don't have much to add. This is one of my favorites too, but like, I don't have much to add because everything you said is right. It's on point. Like, the cadence. I should say, I guess, I do like that he almost sounds like he's singing, but he's not. So I'm not the biggest fan of Jay-Z singing. when he like gives it his all. Like I'm like, I'm okay, Jay. But just when he goes like, I keep it realer than most. I know you feeling it. Like it's the
Yes.
da da da. It's
Oh
almost like
my
a little
gosh.
just sing songy, you know. Da, da, da.
Yes.
Like it just makes you like, yep, I'm right there with you, bro. Like
With it all.
like it's great, man.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's again one of his. I mean, I feel similar about that one. Like, I mean, it's similar to Politics as Usual. Wow. Yeah, he just sounds at the top of his game.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's it. It's a celebratory one to me, man. All right, bro. Moving on to the next one. We got track 6. This is not Devils, but the Evils. There's an apostrophe there. You gotta know this. But I looked at it too, and I was like, Devils, and I'm like, what's the apostrophe? The Evils, and then I heard him say it in the song. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, the Evils. I got it.
That's
go ahead. I went in on feeling it. I'll let you go in on.
Nah, man. Look, I got more things to talk about later.
Okay, later. So you want me to fill in on the Evils? Okay.
Yeah.
So the Evils was, now you know us with track transition and stuff like that. It's a cool transition still. To me, it's like fine. Like, okay, I'm feeling it. Like celebratory. This one here is like, whoa, what the heck happened? Like now we in just almost depression state, man. You take me on an emotional roller coaster right here. Like,
yeah,
it's more so like as soon as I heard this one, I was like, oh crap, here we go. Illuminati Jay-Z.
yeah.
And this is that's that same sample that has Snoop Dogg on it, where it's like, dear God, when can you
save me?
Yes.
Yeah.
And like Illuminati want my soul in my body. And I'm like, oh man, is this the start of this? You know the
in
deal.
96. In 96.
That is the whole Illuminati rumors with Jay-Z and stuff like that. I'm not even gonna lie, I was one of those type of people too, where I was like, man, Illuminati's in this, Illuminati's in that.
I was too.
And I'm not gonna say that there isn't something going on with stuff like that, but I also see the spiritual aspects of things like that. Just growing and building your relationship with God. It's like, okay, it may not be an Illuminati, but there's still something going on. There's a spiritual warfare going on when it comes to stuff like this. And Jay-Z, he kind of teases on those things a little too much for my taste, which is one of the reasons why I'm not really a fan, I'll be honest. But as far as it being, because I'm not going to knock anybody's talents. It's just, there's some talents, you don't want to misuse, basically, because like there's a lot of talented people out here and different things, not even just music, and different elements of doing stuff. People that have business prowess and stuff like that, but I'm like, you do business with the wrong heart or with the wrong power, to do it with. But this one, I love the contrast from what we just celebrated to like, oh yeah, this is the other side of that celebration, and this is what kind of affects you emotionally when it comes to doing the things that he was doing at the time. Jay-Z was a drug dealer back then. I can't remember if it was this song in particular. We said I've been making money since '88. If I'm probably completely wrong,
I'm crazy straight. I've been making I'm still spending money off '88.
And it's like what he's basically saying is like before he was rapping, like I had money from my other business ventures.
Yeah.
That he did. But this one to me, it just it's a solid song though. It does give a different perspective. I'm not going to go in on it lyrically or anything like that now when it comes, because you have to listen to it to kind of see like when Jay-Z likes to play the villain role type thing and speak on those things and see how it affects him and stuff. Like he even says some stuff about Jehovah and stuff on there, and I'm like, okay, like I got you. It's a solid song though. It is a solid song. I can't say anything really bad about it. It's solid. Like I would listen through it again, I guess you could say. But that's all I have on that one, man.
We can move on, man. Look, there's a lot of fun.
Let's move on from that one. Because right after that, we got the 22s. Oh man, that was such. This track 7, yeah. Okay, this is the Tribe Called Quest one.
Yeah. Can I kick it? Yeah.
Y'all know me already. If y'all didn't know about that, it's not even playing. Like I didn't know Tribe Called Quest was gonna be in the like last 3 albums we did. Like somehow they find themselves in there. Eventually we'll do Tribe Called Quest review, but you see how they affect different elements of hip hop. Like this was not even purposely done. Like we've been picking random albums that we've talked about in general to do, and it just so happens like each of them has a Tribe Called Quest, and there's always some kind of element. I would say, you know how you can say that 5 degrees to Kevin Bacon or whatever like that.
Yeah.
We do 5 degrees to Tribe Called Quest. Like something always goes back to them in some form or fashion. But now the 22s, you know what this made me miss? Like people going in on just freestyling. Even if this was written, I mean, this the thing with Jay-Z, he can just go into the studio and just has all this stuff already in his mind and his heart and stuff, and he just goes out there and spit. I don't know how true it is, but I mean, a lot of people talk about it, so it is what it is. Either way, like you don't hear that nowadays. Like people just going in and just beating, like, and it still stands till today. Like the type of things he was, like even bragging about how he's rapping in 22s, like like the twos and twos. I'm like, bro, that's a dope concept. Just the concept is dope, and the freestyle on itself, and of course, beat is always fire. And the interlude was funny too. To me.
So funny. Like that's why we can't have nothing.
Yeah. Oh my God! It's like bigging them up. It's like, who said after you in the back?
Yeah, I love
that. Get him out of here! I will not continue this until you get him out of here.
I love all that. It's so funny.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about that song. You kind of nailed, you nailed it. But I did want to say just that I like how short it is.
Yes.
I thought that was like a nice move. Like let's keep this short and then go to this interlude. And then the interlude in the beginning too. Like, the whole thing, like the short thing the lady was saying, or I think she said something in the beginning, or he did maybe. Can I kick it or whatever? That whole thing.
Yeah, the whole.
You just felt like you felt like you were there at the at the show or whatever, or at the what they call it, Mad Wednesdays or whatever it's called.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like it was cool.
Yeah, man.
And like it was smart to make it short. That's all I'm saying, because it could have went sour. Like after a while.
Like, okay, we're trying to go in on this for more, and it's like, no, just give us just enough to be like, okay, you fine, you can really spit.
Right.
I want to hear more of this, but I'm like, okay, what we got popping next? What we got popping next? All right. And then the next thing is Can I Live, track 8. Can
I start with this one?
Yes.
So I'm mad because I was listening to it for like a whole minute, like scrambling my brain. I was like, I know this beat. I was getting mad because, of course, I could look it up real quick, but I was like, no, Kyron, you must be pure. You must know it. You must say it off the top of your head, Kyron. He's like, you will not look it up. And so, of course, I looked it up because I couldn't remember. I was like, I know this so well. And I look it up. I'm like,
I don't even remember what it is.
Okay, so I'll tell you the more lesser known one, I'm assuming. Okay. Dr. Dre used it around the same time, the same sample.
You serious?
I forgot what the song is called. It wasn't like a popular song or a song that I know, at least.
But I feel I should know this.
But I feel like it was like around the same year too. But the one that I was thinking of was Ashanti's "Rain on Me."
Yes, there we go. That's what I was thinking of.
Dude, it made me so. I was like, oh. And so then I looked up who made this, and Irv Gotti produced this. And I was like, so he used this sample twice and made fire twice. So I like "Rain on Me," Ashanti's song.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it gave me more respect.
Thank you for reminding me, because I was like, man, how did that beat go on this one? But yeah.
So anyway, that's all I had to say about
a lot of you. I have nothing much to say about this one other than the beat was fire, and I'm so mad I didn't think that Irv Gotti was still the one that did that, because that first thing was Ashanti too, and I'm like, oh, just to be alone, like anybody can do this one,
right?
But now he gets more credit because he had it first.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Jay, it's yours, buddy. It's yours.
Yeah.
But
and then and they're two different vibes. Like, because Ashanti's just faster, a little bit. Like the sample, I mean. Because this one is more like bum, 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 hers is like faster or whatever.
Yes.
So two different beats, like and Irv did his thing, man. Like both times. So I'm like, okay.
Got it, baby. Got it.
I see you. Yeah, I see you, man. It's murder. So
yeah.
real casual.
You said it too casual. You can't do it without going, it's murder. But whatever.
That's so funny.
Okay. Can we go to the next one?
Come on, dude.
Do you want this one or you want me to take it?
What's the title? I need the title.
Hold up. Ain't no end.
I feel like you have a lot to say on it. I have a little bit. So
I do have a lot.
Okay, so I will say my little thing, then you go. You want to go first?
Can I go? I hate you this song.
Hey, same here.
But this is the reason why.
Okay,
and this is something that Jay-Z does. I'm gonna go a little in the future with Jay-Z, and this is something that ticks me off so much about some of his songs that maybe not appreciated. Okay. Some of Jay-Z's songs, his hits, has a way of it sounds better when it's clean. So, for example, this one, if you hear the regular version, it's like, ain't no man like the one I got. No one can love you better. Like, and it sounds cool. And it's like, oh man, this is dope. Okay. Even though the concept is kind of off, it's like, he sleeps around and stuff like that. We don't condone that. But it sounds so much better to me that way. Not only is it singable, it just kind of goes better with it to me. Now, I'm going to use this as an example. Famous song, I hope everybody knows this one. It's Jay-Z when we first got introduced to Ja Rule. Can I get a? And if you hear the real version, is Can I get a F you? And then it's like, I'm like, I can't say that. But even saying it, it doesn't sound like the hype that the song's supposed to be, because the beat is like.
I gotta butt inside. I gotta butt in real quick.
You gotta butt in? But let me just
real quick. Go ahead.
Let me say this real quick. Can I get a what? Saying it that way added more to the hype to that song than just saying, can I get an F you? And this is something that this song, Ain't No End, did for me. And I'm like, you should have just kept it clean. Like this one was good enough for that. But anyway,
so
go ahead.
one of my very, it might have been my first CD. One of my very first CDs that I bought was the Jay-Z CD with that song on it. Can I get it? And I was just super disappointed. I mean, I guess it was on me and my grandma. Like, I don't know why I got the explicit version. I would always do that. Like, I wanted the real thing. and I was just disappointed. Like, it made me not even listen to the rest of the album, because I was like a singles person, when I was younger. And like, because I was like 8 or 9 when I bought that, whatever it was, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. And like, I wanted to hear the single. Like, that's why I bought it, and like, when I heard it, I'm like, dude, this is like, no, what is this? So So for the same reason, well, one, I've never liked this song. It just doesn't hit me. I know it hits other people. It was on a soundtrack. I can't remember which soundtrack it was on, but it was on but it's a popular song. It's famous. So I can't really knock the song or the hustle. But it's not, I don't really like it. But I feel like he didn't do anything wrong necessarily musically. I feel like What's Her Name's verse was cool, except one line, which I'm not gonna go into because
we don't have to talk about
it's too explicit. But one of the lines do not make any sense, and I was like, I even asked my wife, I'm like, does this make sense to you? No. Okay.
There you go. When Crystal says it's like a no, like most definitely it's a no. So
best thing about this one is just the beat, I would say.
Yeah, this one,
like the beat is cool.
I like the I think the beat is fine. I think it's one of those things, it can be a funny song, which it kind of showed another side to him, and I was like, okay, he can make a funny song with this. But, I mean, there's a lot of songs in here I really don't agree with as far as like concepts and what they're talking about.
I was gonna say, to me, this one shows off Mr. Misogyny. That's what I'm gonna call him, or the Master Misogyny. Like,
what do you call it, Mr. Misogyny and what?
Yeah, either one. I just thought of it today.
No, what was the second one? I missed the second one.
Master Misogyny.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't
it's out there.
This on nobody.
And that's what I meant by like some of it being dated, like not just that you can't say it anymore. It was never cool to say, you know?
Yeah.
But especially now, like you cannot say a lot of this stuff. Like no one will like back then, only some people was up on game, like, hey man, you shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff. Like especially Christians were up on game, like picketing the albums and stuff like that. But now, if you said some of this, like some of this stuff will get you canceled. Like some of the stuff you was saying, was like, what did you say, sir?
Like, what are you encouraging? But then at the same time, like we got women, like this women's empowerment thing going on. I'm not knocking women trying to get stuff for themselves, but like, when you're kind of destroying yourself at the same time, we can go in with the different. Just listen to anything right now that a female rapper is talking about.
Yeah, right.
Other than like Rhapsody and some other people, no name, those type of conscious people. But if you hear like the popular stuff, it's like, no, this type of behavior is encouraged tremendously.
Yes. Absolutely.
The people like the Little Kims and the Foxy Browns were like the introduction to that.
Absolutely.
Even though technically there's been some people in the past, if you can find some of those 70s and 80s stuff, like they didn't as explicit as they but
it was hidden in plain sight, it was right
exactly. Like this ain't hidden in plain sight. And it's like, man, even if it was a fun song, because like even when I hear like Shantae Moore's Shantae's got a man. No, what was that other song too? What's your man? It was like the remix. What's your man got to do with me? I got a man. I ain't trying to hit on me. I got a man.
Yeah.
But your man ain't me.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a funny song. Like it was like, okay, it was a conversation happening, like the guy trying to hit on a girl, and she was like, no, I appreciate my man type of thing. And it's like there was some, mess in between it, but it was like it was more so telling a story. And this sounds like more like condoning it. And it's like, man, it's such a dope beat. Even the chorus is dope when it's clean, but it's passable to me. I was like, I can do without it. If it was the clean version, I'll probably sit there and rock with it for a little bit. But
and here's for me, here's just a rule almost that I have. It's almost a rule. Okay. I don't like choruses with the F word in it unless it is like a MOP Annie Up style song or something ludicrous, like. Not that I condone the F word, but I'm just saying it makes more sense then. I do not like somebody singing the F word. It just sounds out of place and weird. Like it just like, why are you singing that? Like when Chris Brown sings it or whoever, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, no, like
no, it's not necessary.
It's just, exactly. I guess that's what it is. It just feels unnecessary. Like some of the other ones, like they already like they throwing bows and stuff. Of course they're gonna say the F word. Like it makes sense. Like,
it feels more like for shock value. Like, hey, I just have the power to. I'm like, man, exactly. Any other word, really? That's what it makes me feel like.
And it's fine. You just ruin your song though. Like you got the power, but that's pretty much that's fine.
Like by far, I would say this one is probably the worst song on the album to me.
I'm gonna counter with something else later. Well, no, you know what? Let me think about that. I had another one, but okay. Let's think about it.
It might change your mind later, but for me, at this point, I was kind of like, I can pass on this. Though I'm in my mind, I was singing it the way I heard it on the radio, so I was like, that's why I like it in that aspect.
Okay.
But overall, I was like, man, I can do without it. So yeah. Okay.
All right.
Where we at? Friend or foe coming of age. Yeah, friend or foe, number 10.
Okay. I think that is
I'm gonna get used to you just doing that right now.
I got the red phone and the red cup. I know.
Yeah, just matching. What you representing over there? Snoop Dogg would be mad at you, Kyron.
He would.
But this one in particular, friend or foe. This one, it was just a nice freestyle break again. Like I was so disappointed by the last thing. I was kind of like, I need something to get me back into this. That kind of took me out of it a little bit. I was still there, but I was like, okay, please don't disappoint me on the next one. Put me in a whole nother drop. But this one brought me back. I was like, okay, all right, cool. Nice freestyle. Not much to say about it. It's short. So I'm just like, okay, it's something to get back into the mood of, all right, this is cool, Jay-Z.
Yeah, the charisma on it is very cool. Like, that's the one where he's like, don't don't do that, or whatever he says. Like the way he says it,
like
he's like, come around here no more. Like that's funny.
Like it was one of those like talking freestyles. Like it's not on point, but it's just like, hey yo, man, like I'm just listening to what you're saying and seeing how funny it is, and like who you are. Like Jay-Z, and you could be attest to this, Kyron, and we might talk about it a little bit later. He's one of those people where it's like he's so calm but intense at the same time.
Yeah.
So like that whole story you told me about what Beanie Siegel was saying about what they did in the studio where he heard something, and then you can tell it better. I don't want to mess up the story, but just say it real quick on what happened.
I don't even remember what's happening.
It was about that album he just like threw away right in front of him or something like that.
I don't even remember it. Dang, I wish I remembered it verbatim, man.
Maybe we'll bring that back up later.
Because that was funny. That was funny.
It was funny, but I want to do like a reimagining of what it was like in some studio, especially that one that I told you about earlier where I was like, that don't even sound like him. Like, but we're going on that. Like I was thinking the whole story.
Yeah, we'll do that.
When I was listening to it and just coming up like, what? Okay. I'm like, I know we have ghostwriters, and I know, some people use other people's songs and stuff like that. And I'm like, Jay-Z, and I know Jay-Z in that much way. Like, if they want a song, they don't get a song.
Oh yeah.
Especially after you told me that story about throwing that track away or that CD away right in front of them, I was like, when we remember, we'll probably bring it back up. But it's hilarious. Hilarious. It's a calm bully is what Jay-Z is. But okay, so next one after that. This is where we get introduced to one of our most infamous rappers that me and Kyra talked about personally in the past. But this one is Coming of Age, featuring the Disciple.
The Disciple.
Memphis Bleek.
Okay, I got some stuff on this one. Okay.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Hold on, let me get comfortable.
You ready?
Right,
why is that? Why do you have that posture?
Because I'm ready to just laugh, bro. And I wore the flat, so this is the most New York thing I can get. So that's what I got flat on right now. So like Psy, I'm not even sure. I guess I knew because I've heard this album before, but I don't rock this album like that. Not that I don't like it, just it's not in my thing like that. Yeah.
So I completely forgot that Memphis Bleek was on this. Like I was like, 96, was he born? Like almost
bro,
like,
I did not know he existed.
Because I always think of him like, like early 2000s, like around that time, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2001, something like that.
I just when Young Guns and all them were popping, and we were state property and stuff. I'm like, okay,
exactly.
I know Memphis. I don't know this 1996 Memphis.
I've never, dude. So I was just like laughing, like, oh, okay, you're around, okay, you exist, cool.
Yes.
But then, man, I'm not gonna lie. So I got a few things. Let me try to get through it real quick. So I'm not gonna lie. When he comes on the song, I think he sounds amazing. Like I think he sounds great. Like, I mean, I was very impressed, and I was like, I don't remember him being this good. Like it kind of threw me off. Like, not that he was ever trash. To me, he sounded like a star. I was like, who is this rapping? Like, he sounds great. Bro. So, especially when he says the line about the equilibrium, like that made me laugh. Like, I was like, diamonds.
You said that. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, something like diamonds reflecting in your equilibrium, something, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? Like, who says that? So there's that. Then to me, just the concept was cool, like that title alone, because I feel like I always think of like coming of age movies. That's what it makes me think of. I do not think of gangster rappers at all, or hustling or anything, right? So then I'm listening to it. I really love the to me, it almost sounds like a father-son love. And it threw me off.
That's a great perspective.
It threw me off so much because I'm like, this is 96? And like with all the homophobia and that kind of stuff, and like y'all are getting this quote unquote soft. Like this is amazing. Like this is really cool. Like I just like the way, I like the way they rock. Like Jay-Z and Memphis Bleek, and like him trying to teach him the stuff, what's going on.
And that's why I said
just the whole.
That's why I said Disciple. Like it literally was right there.
But that is like it's such a great to me. It's a great concept, especially for back then. Because like just for instance, like Big Brother by Kanye, where he's you know what the song we're talking about Jay-Z and some other people. Like that got a lot of love. It's like man, he's showing honor to all. Okay, it's like that, and it's a good song. Yeah. But like this here is like. I don't know. This to me is more risky. Like to do a song like this is way more risky. Just the way like because I wrote down it was almost romantic in some areas. I felt like it got really like soft the way the music was and the way Jay-Z and Memphis Bleek were talking. I was like my man's is like when you say stuff like that, you know, like
it's like New York talk, man.
Yeah, like so. Anyway, it's one of my favorites on here. And then what else do I got? Oh yeah, I mean that's about it. Just the mentorship that was happening. Like, of course, this is to do illegal stuff and all that. but I just like the concept. It was cool taking him under his wing. And yeah, Memphis Bleek sounds amazing. So go ahead.
Yeah, he does, man. And like that's all I really got to say about it too is just like the discipleship that was happening on that song. And like I said again, just the similar to Biggie, but this one was different. Because the Biggie one was kind of just they were playing off of each other. This one sounds like, you know, it was written and but there was a concept behind it. Like there's a story following it. And I'm like, I'm a sucker for being able to tell stories with that and getting your peeps on there like that because like you get engaged in stuff like that, man. Like I don't hear nobody doing that nowadays. And I've not seen it isn't out there, but it's like, man, we gotta like really look for something to be that creative. You know, because now, you know, people will collaborate. Some people will just try to one up each other, but I think the collaborations are more so now it's like it feels like it's lazy at times. I'm like, I just know that you're popular and let's just cross stream. So it's just for marketing, but not really trying to do something creative in that aspect to take it that far. And I'm like, yo, that's dope to me that they took it that far with that. Now, the only thing I will say about this is it's too much reverb happening. I couldn't.
So, I totally forgot. Wait. Hold on. I totally forgot. So, okay. So this one and Brooklyn's Finest, what I have on here is the mixing quality varies throughout the album. And these two songs kind of highlight.
It feels like it wasn't mastered.
That's how it feels, dude. And it made me laugh so hard. I was like, dude, why does it sound like this? So to me, it sounds like it sounds like they were recording in a closet. You know, they made the beat on the Chord Triton Classic, right? Incredible beat. I'm just saying, like, that's the atmosphere though that's around. Yeah. You know, they got and then in the closet with a sock as a pop filter. Like that's, you know, that's like that's like that's how it feels. Like it feels very
hey, yo, we ain't got the budget yet. We need 2 more songs on this album. I need to make it hot though. So Memphis, let's just go in, like let's go into this closet right over here, man, and we just gonna go the best way. We can't afford another person to come in there and master it, man. We had another song. The mixers got upset. The sound engineer, he didn't know what he was doing. We can't afford to pay for this.
We can't afford,
So what we got? So let me get this sock up over here. Man, we got no pop filters. You know what? Hold up. I got this one right here. We're gonna be in this room like this size right here. We're gonna go ahead and do this and you spit. Go.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Because I'm imagining a large, because this is 96. So home studio recording is not what it is now.
Yeah.
I'm imagining somebody's house with a lot of gear. Like that one guy that had all the stuff and could do home studio recording back then. Yeah. Like it feels like it was that guy, but then he still had he had all the stuff in his big room, but then they still had the closet, and that's where he had the booth. And the closet was like super small. Like not a walk-in closet, but just and he ran all the wires, you know, to the thing, and it was just a mess.
Bro,
like that's how
you can see the wire, and you can be like, no, I don't understand everything on here. I know this is the record button. I think I can add some reverb. That's dope, though, right? I just learned that yesterday.
Yeah, right. It's the
I
engineer.
just did my EQ right here. We're gonna put a whole low pitch on there.
I was just about to say that.
None of y'all niggas know how to do this, so I'm just gonna do this now. Yeah, I mean, like it's hot, and they like, you know what? They probably just bigged them up because like, yo, we just need to do this right now. Like, we can't afford it. Like, this is trash, but we gotta let it have it. This is all we can do.
Because we didn't say this, but like this came out of like Jay-Z, Dame, and Biggs, and what's the other guy? I guess I don't know if Tata had anything to do, or Ty or whatever his name is. I'm just saying.
Tata, I think it was a her. I think it was like.
Oh, I thought it was a dude because he says on the Black album, he talks about him on the Black album or her.
Okay. On
the Black album, but anyway, this was like, what am I trying to say? This was like homegrown. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like, so they were trying to make it work. Like, so I could very well see them. Like, this is not some debut album, from whatever big label, and they're pushing all the stuff. This is like them trying to make this thing work.
Yeah.
And we didn't even talk about it. But he mentioned that this was supposed to be his last album. I'm not really sure why.
I don't even remember that.
But I can, I remember that, and I looked it up again today just to make sure. Okay. But we could talk about that later. But I guess some of the things sound the way they do because of that spirit behind it, I think. So.
Exactly, man. And despite that, though, I think we talked about it on the last one on Nas's album. Like the energy there, though, like the heart behind it, I can look past the echo effects and the reverb and all that stuff. So I was like, yo. This song's dope. Like, I rock with it. I would hear it over again.
Well, I should say, so I was saying it actually as a positive. Like, I'll get, once we get to the end, I can say more about it. But like, I hear it as a positive. I feel like they were ambitious. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's why some of the stuff holds up so much, because he was like, oh, like I'm going out with a bang on my first one. Like, this is going to be it. Like,
Yeah.
So like you said, he just went with like, well, I mean, that reverb is trash, but like this song's fire though, so I'm gonna just have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, yeah.
I'll take that.
Let it be what it is.
I'll take that any day, dude. So,
okay.
But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. So we're on the track number 12, the Cashmere Thoughts. This one is cool. This one helped me learn about the braggadocious Jay-Z. I'm not really big on just bragging all the time and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but like when it came down to like that Pimp vibe, especially, like this is the song that does that for me. Mm-hmm. I don't condone Pimp. No, I don't even think I'm nowhere close to that. I don't even want to be close to that. But this was just a bragging one, and I was like, man, shoot. I would just rock with it right now. I got really nothing much to say about this one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me either, man. I feel like UGK could rap on it though, but like,
that's true. It's a solid song. It's a dope beat, of course. Like every single beat so far is fire. Like hands down. Like I want to freestyle on it. Like there was times
on the whole thing, song,
and I would just ignore his lyrics and just just do my own thing on it.
Well, let's move on, get through these last songs so we can just kind of talk more about the album, because we run out of time, I guess, huh?
Yeah, somewhere close to it. Maybe. Okay. We'll see. But it is what it is. I like where this is going right now. All right, so track number 13, Bring It On. Now, this is where I'm getting into one of my favorites, man. And okay, there's a little skit before that, but the beat though. That beat though. But this is something I gotta say about Jay-Z. This is the one he has the most features on, I think. It's Jazzo and a guy named Sauce Money. Jay-Z, I can tell, is like a perfectionist, bro. He's not gonna let you be trash on his album. And honestly, like out of all the three that were on this track, Jazzo has a different flow. Jay-Z's cool on it, but this guy Sauce Money, he's like the first start of it, and he goes in, bro.
Yeah, yep.
Like, and this is the one with the Fat Joe sample I was telling you about. That's Fat Joe back there. I have a feeling it's Fat Joe. You can tell me as you listen to it. Just go to the chorus. I don't know if the chorus comes in immediately, but it's gonna come in afterwards. And I feel like it's Fat Joe. You can let me know. You can probably just look it up too, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just going by off top of head what I hear. But the Fat Joe chorus is
wow.
Simple.
Wow.
Well, what you got?
That sounds like Fat Joe to me, man. I'm gonna look it up though. Oh, we don't have to right now.
Yeah, you can if you want to, but towards the end I'll probably look it up as we're talking or whatever. But I just
that sounds like him, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But just that alone, like he has solid features on that one. Like a Jazzo, he's a classic guy, man. Like people have a lot of respect for him and his rap, and of course, you know, he comes back in as one of the fast rappers on a later album where he has Jigga What, Jigga Who, and like his verse on there is my favorite part. Like when I used to practice fast rapping, like I would go and hear him on that verse in particular and just see if I could keep up and build up my stamina for that. And that's what I respect about Jazz. But for me, on this album, like it's a solid album because the beat is so dope. Like this is one I had on repeat because I love the beat and I really like how Sauce Money came on the track with his punchlines and like, dude, the dude was mad solid. I wish I could remember some of the lyrics from him, but I just remember like, yo, this dude is spitting, man. I probably can't just look up some lyrics. But what you got on this one, bro? What you got on this one?
So I think you're right because the sample comes from D&D All Stars, which has KRS, Fat Joe, Dougie Fresh, Mad Lion, Smith and Wesson. So I guess it was some group that they put together, but that's where it comes from, like that line. So I'm sure that's Fat Joe because he's in that group. So that's a good. I don't know how I didn't notice that was Fat Joe. Okay, so on this one, so I would love for you to this is one I've been waiting for, kind of. So one, DJ Premier, one of my favorite producers. Period.
Thank you.
So there's that. So we just got to say that off top. Number two, though, this is my least favorite song as far as sequencing is concerned on the album. I like the song. The song's great, but to me it feels the most out of place. Like once we get to this song, and I mean it can fit there because it's one of the what is that? What number? We're
on 13.
That's a fine spot for it technically. But like as you're listening to the album, most of the album to me has either like R&B elements or like that whole, like you said, the pimp vibe, the smoothness kind of thing. To me, this is straight up rap. So this is closer to like the Brooklyn's Finest, but like the Brooklyn's Finest, I don't know, it fit where it fit too. To me, this feels like almost like a sleeper track, even though it is a very good track. Like meaning like he could have like not put it on the CD and the CD would be fine. So to me, since we're getting, because how many more songs is it? Is it two more after this?
It's actually one more, but there's another version of Reasonable Doubt where they do have two more on that one. I listened to it later, but we're not going to include those. I'm just going to go with the original 14 that he had.
So Regrets is the last one?
Regrets is the last one.
Okay, then I'll say what I have to say right now then. So
is this still about the track 13 with Bring It On, or is this
it's not. We'll move on. Yeah, or we can stop. Yeah, it's about the whole
thing. You want to move on from that one? Okay.
No, I mean you can stay there if you want.
I think Bring It On is a solid track. I just want to say I think Bring It On is a solid track. It's one of my favorite songs thus far. I'm gonna pick my favorite song at the end because I'm still on the fence about it.
But we should say, sorry, that Jazzo was Jay-Z's mentor, though. We should say that. So that's another. I'm just to connect the mentorship stuff that we were talking about, disciples and all that. So you got Jay in Memphis, and then you have Jazzo and Jay. You know.
Yeah, and Jazzo didn't really pop like that, and it's so crazy because he's good.
Yeah,
he didn't pop like Jay-Z did.
But even Jay-Z's name, like, is kind of from Jazzo, like like kind of Anyway.
Yeah. No.
But good. We can. Yeah. We can go on if you like, sir.
Thank you all for joining and listening to the For Music's Sake podcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave a review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to, and also go check out our website, formusicsake.org. We drop new episodes every Tuesday. Come and join us next time. All right, thank you. Bye.